Will now be recorded.
Okay. Hi all, good morning. So before I start the demo, let me introduce myself. I have overall 17 years of experience. I started my career with ABAP. Then I moved to SAP UI5, Fiori, ABAP OData, Fiori Elements, and I worked on various S4HANA implementation projects. And I have worked on the BTP. I worked on various services on BTP like mobile services, CPI, CAP. I developed various CAP applications. Okay, I worked on IoT services. I worked on PDMS services. I worked on a lot of services in the BTP, SAP Build Code, SAP Build Work Zone service, SAP Build Process Automation. Okay, so like this, I have worked on a lot of services in BTP. I'm working. So that is my experience, working experience. And coming to training, from past more than almost 8 years, more than 8 to 9 years almost, I'm giving training on various topics on SAP O5, Fiori, ABAP OData, Fiori Elements. Okay, and I'm giving training on Capm, Node.js, JavaScript, RAP, BTP. Okay, ABAP on cloud, S4HANA in-app and side-by-side extensions, and CPA. Okay, these are the various trainings which I'm giving. Okay, so coming to the today's demo. So the demo is related to the Capm cloud application programming model on BTP. Okay, so now, yeah. So the agenda. So what are the agenda means? What are the topics which I'll be covering in today's? It is why SAP Cloud Application Programming Model means we have on-premises system. Okay, then what is the need of having the cloud application, SAP Cloud Application Programming Model that we are going to discuss. Okay, then business technology platform. What is BTP? Okay, so that is what which we are going to discuss. And cloud application programming model. Okay, what is Capm? Okay, that is which we are going to discuss. Okay, introduction to Node.js and JavaScript, right? So introduction to Node.js and the JavaScript. See, we are while developing the CAP applications. Okay, we are going to use Node.js. Okay, so as a development in the CAP application. So what is need of that? Okay, why we are supposed to use this Node.js and what is this reason behind? Okay, that we are going to discuss. Okay, and design principles of the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model. Okay, so SAP CAPM has its own design principles. Okay, so now what are those design principles that we are going to discuss? Means it is a framework. Okay, it is a framework which we are going to use this framework and we are going to develop the applications. Is it clear? So we are going to use this framework and we are going to develop the UpCap applications. So what is this framework? Okay, and why we are using this framework? Okay, that we are going to discuss. Okay, how SAP Cloud Application Programming Model simplifies the development. Okay, so generally any technology you take nowadays, every technology are talking about how we can simplify the development. Means instead of putting a developer more effort in developing, okay, then that reduces the effort. Okay, so that effort how we can use using Capm, how it can be reduced, that we are going to discuss. Okay, and flavors of the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model. What are the different flavors it has? What are the different technologies which we can use, and what are the various platforms we can use to develop the cloud application programming model that we are going to discuss. What are the golden paths? Okay, so what are the golden paths of the SAP? See, whenever we develop the cloud application programming model, there are certain golden paths are there which we can use those golden paths and we can easily develop. Okay, so using those golden paths, you can easily develop the CAP applications. Means the development will be effort very less. Okay, then using this effort, we can easily using those golden parts like deploying to the BTP. Everything will be very easy. Okay, it will be not that much tough. Okay, so that is what are the golden parts which we are going to use in this technology. Okay, key qualities and benefits of the Capm. What are the key qualities and what are the benefits of the cloud application programming model, which we are going to discuss now and afterwards and demo. Right. So these are the things which we are going to do. They discuss today. This is the agenda. Now, why SAP Cloud Application Programming Model? Why? Anyone knows? So we have an on-premises system. Okay. Why we required SAP Cloud Application Programming Model? Anyone, please tell me. Anyone, please tell me why we have to go to SAP Cloud Application Programming Model.
For flexibility?
Flexibility means
No, it is dependent when you are working on the on-premises system, but
Mhm.
where is cloud is centralized data, where we have the option to connect from anywhere and go ahead with your work.
Okay. Okay. Anything more?
A rapid development and cost optimization.
Okay. Anything more? Okay, fine. No problem. So why SAP Cloud Application Programming Model? So if you want to understand the origin of the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model, first thing is we need to understand the history of the classical SAP projects. Okay. SAP systems are, everyone knows our SAP systems. It is a standard software which is providing by the SAP. Okay. It means that they offer a functionality that many companies similarly need. Means they build an application in such a way that most of the companies can use the software, and because it's almost very similar need. So where but all the clients takes purchases the SAP product and from the SAP, and they do customizing according to their custom requirements by setting up these functionalities to a certain extent. Also, we adopt the system and process to their approach. And many companies access options of enhancement because every company has its own custom requirements and everything. So the day the software, they do enhancements to the product. Yes or no? This is what which we have the on-premises SAP system, right? So SAP has integrated, okay, most of the functionality you need to extend an SAP system into the same system. See, we have HR module, MM module, SD module, all the modules are integrated into the same system. Okay, and we already know, everyone knows that SAP ERP, our system, comes with an extension workbench and programming language called ABAP. So with the help of ABAP only, we can develop the applications. Yes or no? So this allows the developers to work efficiently, and they do not have to worry about common aspects like authentications, setting up of database, setting necessary permissions, okay, or user managements, everything, or logging mechanisms. Nothing developer need not to worry at all. Okay, so as this is the on-premises product which we have. Yes or no? Right? Now the problem will come when all your business you are putting into the one system. Okay, then whenever any upgrades are happen, okay, whenever it will be too difficult, right? Because you're putting everything your business into one system. Yes or no? But and also as the number of enhancements modification keeps increasing, updating to the SAP system becomes expensive and cumbersome. Putting all the complicated enhancements, customizing the okay everything putting in one system, it has become more expensive and cumbersome. And we will be relying only one developer called ABAP because the only the SAP on-premises system its development is only ABAP. And over time, when you keep doing it, the maintenance backlog builds up and grows over time, and requirements have been freeze or shifted, whatever may be. Okay, so now customers ask for more functionality faster with a better experience. So now that is the reason the web has become more important, and SAP realized with some intermediate steps that is called SAP Wi-Fi, a framework for implementing user interface with SAP's Fiori guidelines. But this is an intermediate step. It's not closing our actual goal, right? So even everyone knows that there is a slogan called "Keep the core clean." What do you mean by keep the core clean is SAP recommends against making deep enhancements into the core system itself. Means SAP is not recommending to have a deep enhancements, everything putting all your business into one system. So over customizing the system at the base level also it is not a good approach. So in that case, it becomes harder to connect new applications and new data sources without breaking the system. See, you put all your developments, enhancements, modifications, kernel everywhere, you're making the system too complex. And whenever we want to connect to the new applications, data sources, because of too much connections which we have, it will be very difficult. It will become to overcome. Means we cannot overcome, it will become cumbersome. Yes, customizing is good, but it can bring, okay, too much is not a good practice. Right? So this is what where with the clean core approach will become keeping the core clean. What do you mean by keeping the core clean? Means the biggest challenge is creating and maintaining that application. In doing so, you need to think aspects that used to be taken for granted with ABAP. The only way which ABAP, SAP on-premises system is ABAP. We don't have any other technology only. Yes or no? Right? Now what is this another approach? How we can bring the clean core approach? So we need to have a stable framework for business application developments during the lifetime of the application. So we have to bring an approach, okay, in such a way that throughout the life cycle of the business application development, we have to bring a stable framework. Okay, so now yes, ABAP is the one which is an on-premises system. The application, whatever we have clean core approach, which I'm talking about, which is talking about apart from the on-premises system, the application which we are planning to move need to work even if you want to change the underlying infrastructure or a business logic. Okay, even though if we change the if you change the logic, means for example, if you change the infrastructure, okay, and business logic, app development is complex. See, so let us assume that today, okay, we have one technology in the cloud. When we move, tomorrow there will be another technology. The one technology which we have today, it will get deprecated. Okay, so app development also is complex. So moving to the cloud also opens up modern programming models and various languages for the developers to create innovative applications that are more powerful and scalable. Yes, I said on premises. Absolutely, we discussed that it will be to become cumbersome, and there is a slogan called "Keep the core clean," and we are moving to the cloud. Now, when we move to the cloud, the options are very huge options. Yes or no? So now, today one technology which is unstable environment cloud. So today one technology will come, and tomorrow another technology will be coming, and the one which we work with today will get deprecated. So even the new technology comes also, we should be in a position. That is what I'm saying. The applications needs to work even if we want to change the underlying infrastructure or a business logic. Even we change that, okay, infrastructure, it should work. So app development is complex. Absolutely, in the cloud, app development is complex. So moving down to the cloud also opens us modern programming models. We can develop various technologies, whereas in on-premises, the only technology is called ABAP. And also we can build innovative applications also. So to overcome this one, SAP has created a cloud application programming model and with precisely this in mind. Okay, customers familiar with deploying and maintaining and developing SAP applications have turned to SAP with questions. So everyone are familiar with the on-premises system, with the deploying, maintaining, developing SAP applications. Okay, we will definitely will have a lot of questions when we are doing in the cloud. because they expect the same simplicity what is there in on-premises system, they're expecting the same thing in the cloud. Then with questions about the developing in the cloud, obviously every on-premises everyone will get doubt. Okay, if you go to the cloud, how we can deploy the applications, how we can maintain the applications, and okay, all the questions will come. So SAP, to overcome this, SAP come up with a framework to make it easier for developers to use SAP services and systems while taking advantage in the cloud. So that is the reason SAP has come up with a framework. Okay, so that it will help developers to make it easy. Okay, developers to develop the applications for the SAP services and the systems, sorry, while taking advantage in the cloud. Okay, this can include, for example, SAP S4 HANA, SAP BTP, okay, using Java, JavaScript, okay, languages and all, and taking the advantage of this. Okay, so now understood, right? Why we are moving to the cloud and what is the need of the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model. So SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is an effective way to develop applications and services in the cloud. It provides developers with the ability of rapidly develop, test, and deploy applications using proven best practices. So when we are moving to the cloud, developing the applications, building the applications, deploying the applications, everything is be new. So obviously the on-premises system which has privileges, when you move to the cloud, it will be open. Any technology will be there. So it is very difficult to grab it and understand it. So that is the reason SAP Cloud Application Programming Model has came into the picture. Okay, where we can develop the application services in the cloud. The framework which SAP Cloud Application is Programming Model is providing us is a mix of widely used open sources and SAP tools and technologies. Okay, so finally, SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is a framework of languages, libraries, and tools for building enterprise-grade and services and applications. So it aims to guide developers on a safe path with proven best practices and wide range of out-of-the-box solutions for the recurring task. Okay, now clear, understood why SAP Cloud Application Programming Model came into picture? Anyone please tell me? Any questions? Understood why? Anyone have any questions? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Next. What is, yes, we discussed about the Capm. Why Capm? Now we'll discuss what is BTP. Anyone tell me what is BTP?
BTP provides platform as a service.
Okay. It is SaaS or PaaS? Okay. So SAP BTP platform is a well-known platform as a service. It's a offering from SAP, platform as a service. Okay. If you are planning to build innovative solutions to leverage new technologies like blockchain, machine learning, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, analytics, now Gen AI, etc. Okay. So SAP BTP is one of the best platform, okay, available in the current market. So now we are talking, everyone are talking about the main thing is Gen AI, right? Now everyone are talking about SAP Joule. So now, like Gen AI, blockchain, machine learning, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, analytics, etc. So SAP BTP is one of the best development platforms available. It also proves many offer out-of-the-box integrations, options, and built-in software development kits to integrate with SAP S4HANA, SuccessFactors, and Ariba, and other SAP and non-SAP systems. So what is BTP? It is a PaaS. What do you mean by PaaS? Means platform as a service. It is providing you a platform. Okay, using that platform, you can develop, okay, and build innovative solutions like Gen AI solutions, blockchain solutions, machine learnings, intelligence, artificial intelligence, IoT, analytics, etc. So SAP BTP is one of the best development platform which is available in the market. Okay, it also gives out of the box integrations also we can do it. We can build in softwares, development kits and integrate with SAP S/4HANA success factors. Ariba and other SAP non-SAP systems. It's a blessed platform for building application that will connect to systems. Not only that, SAP also choosing the right environment depends on many factors. The Cloud Foundry environment should be the first choice in our BTP. So Cloud Foundry environment is an open source PaaS that enables you to use multiple programming languages such as Java, Node.js, Python, Go, okay, BYOL options. See, when you're coming to the on-premises system, the only way we can develop is ABAP. Yes or no? But coming to the BTP, you bring any technology, I'm going to support. That is called, we call it as BYOL. Bring your own language. Whether you do Java, Node.js, Python, Go, AngularJS, React, SAP UFI, Fiori, everything you bring, I'm going to support. Is it clear? So that is the reason I say not only that, it is providing a runtime environment. For example, when you write this C code in the notepad, you cannot execute because you require a C runtime. For example, you want to execute Java, you cannot execute, you require a JRE. So similarly, if you want to execute a web program, you work a web runtime. So then where we can do this, all the runtime environments is provided by BTP. Where you can build your code, you can check for syntax errors, you can compile your code. That runtime environment is part of BTP. So this is, we call it as service as platform as service also. Okay, so SAP BTP, you can go and you can do SaaS and you can build applications and also you can do PaaS also. And you can sell your product, you can build your applications into the BTP and you can sell your product to the multiple clients. That is called. Understood? Any questions? Now understood what is BTP? Anyone have any questions? Is it clear, guys? Any questions? Clear, right? Okay. Next, motivation for SAP Cloud Application Programming Model. What it motivates. So as a cloud application programming model, as a cloud development becomes increasingly relevant to our customers, we receive more and more questions asking about the best way to develop the cloud application, and best practices and best guidelines are very, very important when developing the cloud applications. When you want to ensure enterprise quality, therefore, we decided to create a framework. Obviously, lot of questions will come because everyone are got habituated from so many years in the on-premises system. So when they move to the cloud, definitely everyone will have a lot of questions. Correct? Yes or no? Because everyone got familiar with the this on-premises system. So now when you are moving to the cloud, it is definitely a lot of questions queries will have. So to overcome that, SAP came up with a framework, okay, that would only guide, not only guide developers, but also take some of the more technical or foundational tasks that will help them focus on the business logic. Means instead of by using this framework, developer can just focus only on the business logic, not to focus on the how to connect to the database, how to do securities, how to do logging mechanisms. This all the things is not worried by following the framework of the Capm. Okay, if you follow the framework of the Capm, then developer focus is only just to build the business logic. That's all. Okay, sure. And with even business, even if we invest most of the time with these aspects in the line, SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is born and continue grow and improve. See, why CAPM is coming to the picture? Because the developer has to focus only on the business logic. Remaining things, you should not focus. So if you follow the framework of the CAPM, then you can easily get it done. That is the reason customer is expecting, I want, okay, I'm going to the cloud. I want a stable environment for business application developments. I want guidance and best practices where I can develop. I want to focus only on the business logic. That is how the Capm is came into the picture. It motivates us to use Capm because it surpasses all the what customer wants. Clear? Any questions? Next. What is cloud application programming model and what values it does bring? So application developers, okay, application developers, one second. Application developers across the world are increasingly seeking faster development. One second, I hope it is recording. Yeah. Okay, so application developers across the world are increasingly seeking faster development timeframes. Yes, all the application developers are seeking the faster development approaches, timeframes. This is with the objective of getting their applications to users much more quickly than was previously possible. Yes, they're expecting to do fast. Okay, they're expecting to do it fast, and the development should be very fast. They're expecting that everything should be done within very less time. But one more important thing is, okay, we are doing the much more quickly that was previously possible. Okay, but we should think about the quality of the application also. Just doing the fast with the compressed deadlines without quality, what is the use? Okay, there were only so much developers could do ensure a relatively error-free code base. Obviously, the error-free code should be there. Yes or no? Okay, to solve this problem, SAP introduced the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model. The Cloud Application Programming Model, as it is popularly called, it is a framework of languages, libraries, and tools for building enterprise-grade services and applications. Means, yes, people are very, developers are very to do because client is expecting to development very fast and also with error code and good quality. So to solve this problem, CAP has come into the picture. CAP is a popularly called, it consists of framework of languages, libraries and tools for building enterprise grade services and applications. So instead of having developers worry about the various technologies and the related compatibility in an era of the fast paced technology changes, the CAP allows developers to a domain centric and work at higher level of abstractions that they would with traditionally technology platforms and frameworks. So what I'm planning to tell you, right? Okay, by using this framework which the Capm is providing the framework of languages, libraries and tools. Okay, so that instead of a developer worry about this all the technical aspects, by following the framework of the Capm, you need not to worry about it. You need not to worry about it. Everything will Cap will take care of. Okay, so you need not to worry about everything. Will Cap will take care of. Okay, oh, in the era of fast paced technology changes, even though today one technology will come, tomorrow another will come, the one today got deprecated, even that time also Cap will take care of. You need not to worry about it. Very important point. So the Cap allows developers to domain centric and work at higher level of abstractions. Even new technology doesn't matter because we are following the guidelines and framework of the Cap. Okay, we can easily plug out and plug into the new technologies. Therefore, focusing on, you can just focus only on the development part. You did not worry about new technologies and everything because we can just easily plug out and plug in if you follow the framework of the Capm. It is a framework of SAP that lets you to deliver business values faster by allowing your developers to focus on the business logic. You can just focus only on the business logic if you follow the CAP framework. Okay, CAP saves you money by reducing the effort required to program the application and recurring task and make it easier to connect to SAP and potential third-party services. So by following the guidelines of the CAPM, you can reduce the effort required to program the applications and recurring tasks also and make it easy way to connect to the SAP and potentially third-party services. Easily you can connect using CAPM. Okay, and it protects your investment by making the underlying technologies interchangeable. Very important point. And allows you to keep pace with cloud technologies. Means you can easily plug out one technology and you can easily plug into another technology without any problem. That is how the CAP is bringing you the framework. Understood? Any questions? I'll discuss about how it is possible, but as of now, any questions, guys?
So CAP is nothing but a part of BTP.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Any questions? No questions. Perfect. SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is a combination of the tools, languages, and libraries that will help you to build enterprise-grade services and applications. Okay, as you can see in this graphic, we support both open source and SAP tools and technologies. Okay, so SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is a combination of the tools. So what is Capm? It's a combination of the tools, languages, and libraries that would help us to develop the enterprise grade services. Okay, so if you look at this one, this is a Capm. Okay, you can use a Node.js to develop the business logic. You can use Java to develop the or Java to build the business logic. You can use a front end SAP Fiori. Okay, uh, you can connect to HANA DB. You can develop domain model using CDS views. You can expose as a OData API. You can develop in Business Application Studio or Visual Studio. So it's a combination of the tools. Capm is nothing but it is a combination of the tools. Is it clear? Next. So now, when it comes to the design principles, there is open and opinionated concept. It is open because it gives a choice. You can choose which technology you want to use. You can select your architecture pattern. You can pick and choose the parts of the programming model that suits your development. So if you look at this one, you data source means you can connect to the HANA database, you can connect to the SQL database, you can connect to the any database. There is no restriction at all. Okay, so now coming back to the tools where we can develop the CAP, you can develop in Business Application Studio, you can develop in Eclipse, you can develop in Eclipse, anything. Now coming back to the core, okay, core, the domain model, the data model we will be doing in CDS use, that is CAP CDS use. Okay, and we'll write the business logic on the top of the, we'll write the business logic either in Node.js or Java. So our training is complete on Node.js. Okay, now the front end technologies you can use SAP UFI, Fiori, AngularJS, React Vue, etc. Which technology you want, you can use it. Then environments where you can deploy your applications, you can deploy your applications Cloud Foundry, Kubernetes, XSA, local. So it is open. You pick your own UI, you pick your own DB, you pick your any tool, CAP is going to support. Any questions?
Yeah, hi Bobby.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, Bobby, your core refers to backend, right?
Sir, actually Node.js is a server-side programming only, no?
So it will related to data like
Correct.
OData.
We'll write the business logic, right? We are writing ABAP code, no? That is a
Yeah,
server-side
yeah.
programming only, no? So we write ABAP code only, right? So instead of ABAP code, we will write Node or Node.js or Java.
Okay, okay. So then the Capn can we can consider as a full stack application, not
Yes,
only like Fiori, not only front end.
yes, absolutely. Capm is a full stack. You can do back-end development and the front-end development both.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Thank
Yeah. Any questions?
In this case, we don't need any Fury or anything
No,
to
Fury is
showcase the
required.
data.
No, see, you will write the business logic, either Node or Java. The front end is SAP Fury, AngularJS, React, Vue, etc. This is front end, no? So you are building everything in one. That is called Capm. Is it clear?
Got it. But are
you.
we
Yeah,
going to cover? Sorry.
Yeah, Bobby. So in our course from front-end, what we are opting? We are opting for Fiori, right?
We are using, see, I'll tell you, from the backend, we are going to use SQLite database, SAP HANA database. Okay, we'll be developing in our training. We are going to use core data services to develop, and we are going to Node.js. So before going to Capm, I'll be quick starting with HTML5. Then I'll move to JavaScript in depth. Then I'll move to Node.js in depth. Then I'll start Capm, because the base to develop Cap applications is Node.js and JavaScript. Okay, so the front end technology which I'm going to use SAP Fiori elements in this training. Okay, yeah. Any more questions?
When it comes to SAP HANA SQLite, means it can be any other DB also, right? To get
Yes,
the
any other
data.
DB also you can use. Yes, any DB, MongoDB, PostgreSQL, any DB you can pick it up.
In the course, you are covering SAP HANA and SQL, correct?
Correct, SQL. And I will try even PostgreSQL, but nowadays, you know, right, SAP, BTP, SAP has restricted a lot of things, right? You know, right? So let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
They have, for trial accounts, they have done a lot of restrictions. So I'm just working on that, but it will get, will get resolved. It will be resolved because almost is resolved already. Yeah. Any more questions? Is it clear, guys? Understood now what is CAP?
Yes.
Anyone have any questions? No. Okay, perfect. Next. So zero lock-in. So you can choose any technology of your choice. There is no lock-in that you should use this only. Whereas in on-premises, the only way technology we can use is ABAP. The only database we can connect is SAP HANA database. That's all. Whereas in CAP, there is no restrictions. There is no lock-in. So you can bring your own technology. You build your own. You can use Fiori elements, or you can use any other alternative technology as well. Yeah. Now, coming back to the keeping pace with the rapidly changing world of cloud technologies and platforms is a major challenge when having to hardware too many things to today's technology, which might soon become obsolete. This is what which I'm talking about. See, in cloud, you will be seeing rapidly new technologies, right? And the one, and it keeps on deprecating also, and it comes new. So to overcome that, okay, okay, and we can using the concept of the higher level concepts and APIs, we can overcome that, because CAP avoids such lock-ins through higher level concepts and APIs. What we will do, right? What does that means? So you develop the CAP application, okay, domain model you will do, and you will expose as a OData APIs. When you expose this OData and APIs, that API can easily consume in any. I can consume in Fiori, I can consume in AngularJS, I can consume in the React. Okay. Now all these three technologies got deprecated. Another new one is called came like Vue. Okay. I can just plug out from this technology, and I can just easily plug in because it's API only, right? Understood? It is API connections. Correct, right? Okay, so
Yes.
platform specific deployment. Yeah, yeah, please tell me. Any questions?
The same API, same OData service can be generated directly from HANA DB, right? Then why do we need this Capm in the middle?
Okay, then we have to write the business logic, no? So data is there, but on the top of that, you have to write the business logic and you have to expose as an API, right? Just getting the data, how a data can go, how a data can go outside. It is sitting in the database table. How it will go? You have to fetch and write the logic, then only it will go, right?
Correct. A CDS view has to be generated and it has to be
And
exposed.
we have to write the logic to get the data also using Node.js from the
Correct.
database.
Correct.
So that
Okay.
logic is converted into an API. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So platform-specific development approaches and techniques are there. Platform-specific identity providers and authentication strategies are there. Obviously, we are opening in the cloud. Everyone can access. There is a lot of identifications, authentications, authorizations, mechanisms has to be implemented. Okay. On offboarding of tenants in SaaS solutions and tenant isolations are there. Synchronous protocols like REST, OData, and GraphQL are there. Asynchronous channels, SAP Event Mesh, MQ, Kafka, everything is there. Different databases are there. SQL, non-SQL database, any database is there. Okay. So you can allows us to quickly adopt new emerging technologies or platforms without affecting the application code. So without affecting the application code, you can emerge new technologies very easily, just plug out and plug in. Not only front end, even the back end database also. You can today you say SQL, tomorrow I say SQL, sorry, HANA DB is too expensive. I want to go to PostgreSQL, just a plug out and plug in. That's all. No code change at all. So that is the reason Capm is bringing you the framework in such a way that you can just plug out and plug in to new technologies. Okay, any questions? Anyone have any questions? No questions? Perfect. Next, how the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model simplifies our development. Okay, to see how the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model simplifies development is, let us first understand the common pain points when developing enterprise applications for the cloud. Let us assume we are building an e-commerce application that has to be hosted in SAP BTP. Apart from focusing on the business requirements in this application, you need to put effort in addressing many of non-functional requirements. For example, the application should explicitly declare an isolated dependencies. For example, let us say we build the application with SQL, means we are build the application with SQLite database. Now, if you deploy the application SAP BTP with SAP HANA database, so you are building SQLite, but you are deploying with HANA database, that time there will be no code changes required at all. The data configurations and declarations are isolated from the main code of the applications. So today is HANA DB, tomorrow PostgreSQL, and next day MongoDB. There is no code change because the code changes and the database configurations are isolated. So building, testing, deploying, and running the applications should operate seamlessly with minimal manual effort required for these activities. Very minimal effort if you follow the framework of the CAP. Clear? Any questions? No questions. The application should support a, one second. The application should be properly modelized to support a microservice architecture. Yes, everything in Capm is a microservice architecture. We will discuss during training what is microservice architecture in depth, but it is completely microservice architecture, so that is the flexible for us. The application support RESTful architecture and provides services in OData format. Yes, everything what we develop, it is in outcome is OData format. The applications support multi-tenancy also. Clear? Any questions? Next. So two flavors are there in SAP Cloud Application Programming Model. The SAP Cloud Application Programming Model framework is available in two flavors. One is Node.js and Java. So both flavors are sync in terms of features and characteristics. However, their internal technique implementation is different. So both we can use it, but internal technology is different, but we can use either one. So in my training is completely with Node.js. Okay, the implementation of the business logic is similar for both Node.js and Java. The major difference is in writing the custom logic. The programming model provides options to write custom logic. For Node, we will use JavaScript, and for Java, we will use Java classes. So completely minus Node. So that is the reason we are going to go first start with HTML5, then in-depth JavaScript, then in-depth Node.js, then we'll start Capm. Without knowing Node and JavaScript, you will not able to develop the CAP applications. Any questions?
Yeah, since it is independent, instead of that, we cannot use ABAP here.
There is no ABAP at all here.
No, that is okay. Here we are not using ABAP. In this course, you are using Node.js, which is fine. But in general, if there is a requirement in my company that I need to use ABAP here, I can do that, right?
No. See, that's what I'm saying. What you can do, right? So you maybe I'll put in a question. The question you asked, I'll put it in this different way. Okay. So you have a data in your on-premises system. Okay. Now you want to use the data in your CAP application. Maybe in this way, can I put it? Your question?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Now what I will do, right? I will write my non-premises system. I'll expose the data through an API, OData.
Okay.
I will consume that OData into my CAP application and I will build it.
Okay.
Did I answer your question?
Okay, you mean to say while fetching the data in the on-premises one, there we can use ABAP, but here once it is in CAP, we will use Node.js.
Okay. See what I'm planning to say, right? You build an application. You see, you need to expose your data, right, from your on-premises system. The
Oh,
only
yeah,
way you can expose is through API or OData,
true.
correct? Then you will develop that OData in your ABAP code.
Ah, okay. Yeah. That's what
Okay.
where ABAP will come into picture. As a ABAPer, I want to know where it is coming in.
Yeah. So now you will take that API into CAP application. How?
Okay.
You use Node.js technology to call this API. And once you get the API through Node and you will write the logic, you need to change, right? Something which you need to display in the application, or you need to do some more conditions, some more validations. You'll get it and you will bind to the UI through Node. How? This Node again will generate a API and that API will consume in the front end technologies. Did I answer? Is it clear?
Okay, to simplify whether I understood correct or not, for the business logic we will be writing in ABAP. After that,
Mm,
using the OData API, the data will be passed it here. We will
mm,
develop the things using the Node.js
mm.
to consume that data and put it in the front end, either Fiori or something else.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now I got the clarity.
Okay, so not only Capm, see Capm can connect directly to your HANA DB, PostgreSQL, SQL DB, anything. Okay,
Okay.
so all through using Cap framework.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Any more questions? No questions. Next. So now introducing the CAP application programming model, golden paths. What are the golden paths of the CAP application programming model? You will be defining your data model in CDS views, and once you deploy, automatically it will deploy to HANA DB. There is nothing you need to write the code. Okay, define your services. When you develop a CDS view, it automatically translates to OData services without writing any code. And it also filling in primary keys, etc. A lot of things will be provided. You will write the custom logic either Java or Node.js. You will, if you want, you develop the UI annotations, CDS UI annotations that will convert into the Fiori elements app very easily. There's nothing. So very simple, very easy by following the framework of the Capm. Clear? Any questions? So if you look at this cloud application programming model, I just put it in the building blocks. There is nothing different. You have a development tools. You can use a business application studio, Visual Studio, Eclipse. You will define your domain model using CDS view, and you will consume in either SAP Fiori, and you will connect to the HANA DB. And I'm just showing the platforms. Okay. Next, key qualities and benefits. So, what are the key qualities which is providing with the for us? We already emphasized the key focus on the application development task and golden pass of best practices and the automation of the time consuming task. See, before getting into this, now SAP is talking about Gen AI everything. So all the Gen AI use cases are being developed by using CAP framework only, CAP applications only, making it very clear. This is the future. Now everyone has to move to cloud, and in the cloud everyone are talking about Gen AI. If you want to extend the SAP Joule or you want to do anything, everything we can use CAP model. That is the reason the down the line cap will become more popular in the market. If you know the Capm, where it can easily extend it, any Gen AI APIs or anything, we can easily extend. Anyone recently went for ticket, which isn't happened in Bangalore?
Yeah, I went.
Okay, then you have seen, right, all Gen AI only, Joule, Gen AI, everything.
Yeah,
They're
they
explaining
focus
about.
more on Joule and Gen AI,
Yes.
especially showing little examples of how the automation will help to generate the ABAP code using the AI. Not in
Yeah.
depth, but just a flavor they showed.
So even when you extend this Gen AI everything, Capm is also the best approach. Okay, yeah. Now, no abstractions, minimal overhead. While we provide easy to use interface to changes like databases, we do not introduce abstractions. Means you always have access to all native capabilities. For example, leveraging the power of SAP S/4HANA. Okay, openness, freedom of choice, as we discussed, we can use any technology, any platform, anything. It's up to you. Okay, in summary, by using a declarative approach like Serious, a combination of the enterprise grade tools and services, a golden path of best practices which is providing, we can easily speed up our development. And also, this means we significantly reduces time to market. Obviously, by following the framework of this CAPM, you can reduce the development easily, right? So this is the way the golden path is recommended by the CAPM, but it's not mandatory. If you thought you are following the golden paths, you can use your own programming model and you can do whatever you want to do. There is no lock at all in Capm. Next, yes, safeguarding investments. I think we discussed this point already. Okay, now coming back to the Node.js. Yes, I said here that the two flavors are there. One is Java, another one is Node, and we are going to use Node technology to develop the CAP applications. Means all the business logic we'll be writing in the Node.js. Now, what is Node? So Node.js is heavily used JavaScript framework for server-side web application developments. See, whenever we want to develop the web applications related to the server-side programming, we use Node.js. And it is developed on the Chrome OS version, a JavaScript engine, and it helps compiling JavaScript directly into the native machine code. In other words, see, generally JavaScript is a client programming language. Okay, means what do you mean by client-side programming language means in the front end, if you want to move from one page to another, if you want to do validations on the applications, that's all you can do using JavaScript. But if you want to connect to the DB, if you want to connect to the file server, you cannot do using JavaScript. That is the reason why Node has come into the picture and it has become very popular in the market. So in other words, Node.js allows you to build complex and powerful applications without having to write any complex code also. Is it clear? Now understood the advantage of using Node? Anyone have any questions? No, right? Okay. So what is Node.js? So it is a client server architecture and multi-thread programming model allows in types of architecture. Then we look at the limitation of the multi-thread architecture and now Node.js solve those limitations using single thread architecture. So Node.js is perfectly the server-side programming language, and also it has a lot of features. That is the reason Node has become very popular. Okay, because when coming to the multi-thread architecture, it has limitations. Then how Node has overcome those limitations and bring those limitations to the single-thread architecture is how I'm going to show. Now everyone knows that you book a cab, right? For example, you see here these are the end users who are open their mobile, okay, and they're whether it's a mobile or desktop or tablet, they're booking a cab, okay. Then the request will go to the server, and the server will send to the database, and then afterwards you will get the response from the server, and the server will respond back to the mobile. Then you will be able to book a cab. This is the one which everyone are doing right now. Yes or no? Now Everyone knows Uber, right? The backend for Uber to do this is Node only. They have used completely Node-based technologies to overcome this one. How? So multi-thread programming model. Okay. So client means we open the mobile, we are sending a request, and it goes to the server. And in the server, using this multi-thread concept, we are creating one thread, and thread is going to the database, and then it gets response, and response come back to the thread A, and then to the server, and then you get response. Now, what is the disadvantage of multi-thread? Suppose my server capacity is only limited. If I get 1 lakh or 1 crore request, even though my CPU or whatever the capacity is, that I can create only 1 crore threads. I cannot create more than that. And I have to wait for every thread to complete. Then only I can go to the next thread. For example, I have 1 crore threads running. I cannot go 1 crore one thread because all this one of the thread has to complete. Because my capacity at the server level is 1 crore only. Is this a disadvantage or not? Yes or no? Even though it is running multi parallelly, but my limitation is over. Now what we will do? So now using this multi-thread, you see, the limitation of the multi-thread is you have to wait. In multi-thread model, where every request, servers create a separate thread which handles the request. If the thread acquires a lock in the shared resource and it is exclusive lock, it will block other threads. Now, how to overcome this node technology? Okay, using the concept of event loop single thread. Okay, so it will be running in the loop. So there's nothing you need to wait. So see, we are sending the event emitters. Event queue is going in a queue and it is running in the loop. It is complete, it will come back, it will done. So there is no hole and is wait. Everything is running in the loop. So that is the reason Node avoided this one by using the single thread model. So almost no function in Node directly performs IO, so the process never blocks. Node.js is event driven, handling all requests asynchronously from the single thread. This is how we are able to resolve the issues of the node. Now Uber, which you are using for booking a cab, is following the node technology only they have developed. Any questions, guys? So we are going to use completely Node.js to build cab applications. Next, what is Node.js? It is an open source runtime environment for server-side programming language. It's going to use JavaScript V8 engine. It uses cross platforms. You can build, it can run on OS, Microsoft Windows, Linux, etc. And it is an event-driven approach, right? Any questions now, until now? Anyone have any questions? Now, we are going to develop one CAP application. Any questions until now, guys? Is it clear? You guys understood or confusing? Any questions, guys? Please. No, right? Okay.
Is there any picture or diagram kind of thing explaining the architecture, what we discussed, the flow from beginning to ending, where connecting to the database and displaying the data in our mobile app? It will be very easy to understand the flow.
Sure, sure. Maybe in the training, right? Training, I have it. I will show in my training. There is no issue in that. In my training,
Yeah,
definitely sure.
because you explained a lot of things which is really good, but somehow there are dots where it is getting connected. What is the flow?
Yes, absolutely. This is part of my training. Definitely,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just. Now what we are going to do, right? We are going to develop a one CAP application. Okay. So now I don't want to get into the too much depth because you understand the flow, high level flow. That's all. Don't in my training I'm going to go individually one by one, okay, and explain everything. But what I'm planning to tell you, right? Just understand how it is happening. That's all. Is it clear? Any questions? I'll just open this and duplicate so that it will be easy for us. So now I'm just go terminal, new terminal. Okay, here I'm going to do CDS to create a CAP project, CDS init cap underscore demo 80. Okay, I'm creating a CAP project here by giving the statement CDS init cap underscore demo 80. Press enter. So this is creating me one CAP project. So I'll open this project individually. File, open folder, projects. Okay. So whenever I create a project, three folders are getting created automatically. One is called app, DB, and SRV. Okay, app is nothing but application. All the UI front-end development, what you do, we'll be doing under app folder. DB means database. All the CDS, okay, developments, everything that is domain model, everything will be doing under DB folder. What is SRV is nothing but service, that is all your JavaScript code, Node.js code, everything, okay, you will expose as a OData, everything will be doing in the SRV folder. Is it clear? Any questions, guys? Until now, anyone have any questions? Understood? All the three folders? Any questions on this one, three folders? Okay, so now how we created the CAP project using the statement called CDS init. Yes or no? Right? Now three folders as created. One is app, another one is called what it contains app, sorry, DB contains, it contains the database entities which is based on the CDS model. Okay, the design time artifacts declared in this file will be converted to runtime, physical artifacts in the database. So all the things using CDS domain, everything will be done in here only. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to right click on this DB and create a new file. Okay, I data hyphen models.cds. Okay, so generally in my training I'll be writing the code one by one, but this is a demo, so I'm just copying and pasting it. Okay, now here I will just give cap underscore demo 80. This is a namespace which I'm giving, and I'm creating an entity called sales orders. Inside this one, I'm having the fields. Okay, then next step, I'm going to, what we did, we created an entity type called sales orders, and we have a few properties. Okay, so when we deploy this one, it is in the database table, it is going to create a table called sales order and with these fields. Any questions? Any questions, guys? So this is the way. So what I'm planning to tell you, that app contains UI, DB contains this one, and SRV contains the SRV contains what? All the what we are exposing to the outside world, we are going to use services, and all the business logic we'll be putting into the SRV only. Okay. Any questions until now? Now I'm going to create, right click on the SRV folder. Okay. cat service.cds. Now, okay, I'm going to see, I'm just copying the code because this is the demo. If not, I will be writing the code one by one. Okay, now here I have a namespace. Copy this namespace. High level understand, please. Okay, I'm getting this my domain model, this entire thing into here. See, that is from dot. Sorry, this one. Okay, where it is, here it is there. No, so now dot going on the top, first dot, second dot I'm going here. Here under this I have DB folder, and under this I have my data hyphen model. So I'm getting this entire CDS view here, and I'm giving a name, alias name as DB. Okay, now I'm creating a service like OData service. Like in ABAP, we have OData service. Right? In the same way, I'm creating the service. That name of the service I've given as catalog service. Okay, I'm giving a path. And here you see entity sales order number as a projection on DB. DB is alias of this one. DB dot sales order. What is that? This is the one. Now you see, using the CAP framework, okay, I'm doing CDS watch to run locally. You see, it has generated the, okay, of course, you have to install Node.js. npm install, you have to install Node. There is Node. Okay, now you see Node modules are installed. Now you do a CDS watch. CDS watch. Open new tab. So now it has generated a OData services. You see, now you see metadata, and now it has converted into the metadata. You see here, you have entity type, sales order, and all the fields. Now, by following the guidelines of the OData protocol, you can do create, update, delete without any logic, without writing any code, because we are already converted into the OData using CAP framework. And also, it has integrated to the Fiori preview. You see, it is integrated to the Fiori preview also, where these are the columns which I have given, and you can just click go. Any questions? See, without any complex logic, you are able to expose as a OData, and without any logic, not complex, without any code, you're exposing the as OData, and also you're easily consuming a Fiori app also. Without any code. So that is the reason the guidelines of the framework of the Capm, which will help us to do the development very fast. So now in the DB, you see, I'm going to create one folder called data. Okay, now I'll just bring, one second, I'm just stop sharing, and I will just bring my CSV file. One second. I'm sharing back again. Okay, so now you see cap underscore demo 80. That is my namespace. We should keep the same namespace. Okay, rename 80 hyphen sales orders. That is our entity name. What is our entity name? S should be very case sensitive. Okay, S is caps, O is caps. Perfect. Now I'll open this file, and you see it should be the same name. Customer name. Yes, see customer name. I'll just put here. Yeah, customer name is same name. Then PO number. PO number is there. Perfect. It's the same name. P caps and uppercase same. Then customer number. Yes, it is the same. Then order date. Yes, it is the same. Then S4 number. S4. Yeah, this is also there. Perfect. Inquiry number. Inquiry number. Yeah, it is there. Same name. Total order items. Yeah, it is there. Perfect. Now I have given the same namespace. I have given the same entity. Right? You see here. I'll just go and drag this one into, I'm putting into the DB folder. Okay, data folder, sorry, data folder. Okay, now come back here, go to the settings, click OK. See, you have the data. Have you written any code here? Nothing, just a framework. That's all. Bringing everything for us. Automatically got inserted the data. This is the golden paths. This is the guidelines. If you follow the CAP framework, everything will be automatic development, automatic deployment. Everything will be automatic. The effort that the developer has to put will be completely reduced. You can just focus on business logic. That's all. Any questions, guys? Is it clear? Okay, that's all. And let's move to the what are the topics which I'm going to cover in my training that I'm going to discuss now. 1 second. I'm sharing the screen back. So I'll quick start with 1 second. I'll quick start with the BTP introductions, BTP overview, what is global accounts, sub accounts, tenants, okay, everything. So first thing, what I'm going to start with is HTML5. Before going to the BTP, I'll start with HTML5. Okay, where we are going to develop few introduction, just an introduction, because whenever we want to run any UI application, definitely we have to deploy into the HTML because there is no interpreter between the HTML and the browser. So we have to understand what is HTML5. Then afterwards, I will go to the JavaScript. We'll go in depth in JavaScript, data types, variable declarations, operators, string events, functions, parameters, all the loops, forms, validations, regular expressions, arrow functions, promises. Okay, what else? Callback functions, promises, asynchronous functions, await functions, timeouts. Everything will go in the JavaScript. Callback functions, set intervals. Everything will do in JavaScript. Then I will move to Node.js. Again, Node.js, how to set up the Node.js, how to do importing file systems, get input arguments, passing, storing data with JSON, removing nodes, debugging techniques, okay, asynchronous Node.js, call stack, call queue, event loops, HTTP, customizing request, handling errors, callback functions, Node.js, callback abstractions, Node.js. Then I will come to BTP. Then I will go BTP overview, global accounts, sub accounts, tenants, what is service marketplace, subscriptions, okay, everything. Then we will discuss about what is multi-tenancy concepts in the BTP. Okay, so benefits of multi-tenancy we will discuss. Then security in BTP, how we'll implement IDP, cloud identity services, XSUA, app routers, OAuth, SAML. Then we'll go to Capm. We'll discuss what is Capm, design principles, golden paths, okay, crude operations, best practices, naming conventions, common aspects, manage temporal, auto exclude, auto expose, connecting SQL and RDB, okay, OData and Capm, domain models, okay, RESTful APIs, and SAP Fiori, UI in Capm, Fiori elements, UI annotations, okay, crude operations, okay, implementing authentications and authorizations in CAP project, okay, how we'll be restricting the roles in Capm, how we'll do event handlings, how to query Capm APIs, okay, how we can use before, after, event handlers in Capm, how we'll register event handlers, introduction CDS APIs, queries, how to implement functions in Capm, actions, debugging Fiori, and we will be developing a CAP application consuming a on-premises ABAP OData service from SAP system and will consume and will build it. This all the things. Then we will go to the SAP build web zone service, creating catalogs, tiles, groups, and roles, and display as a tile in the Fiori Launchpad. And then we'll go to SAP Cloud Transport Management Service and SAP Continuous Integration Service. Means we create 3 sub accounts and we will move from our CAP application from one sub account to another. Like we have dev, quality and production, how we'll create a landscape, how we'll integrate your SAP CAP application to the GitHub, and from the GitHub, I will push the code to the SAP BTP using continuous CI/CD. Okay, this and we will do all the things. Okay, so in the end-to-end project, how we will push the changes from dev to quality sub-account to production, everything we will be going to do. Any questions, guys? These are the total topics which I'll be covering, and whatever the thing which I'm covering in the training is a real-time project which I have worked. Those only I put in this training. And once the training is over on that day, I'll be after 1 or 2 hours, I'll be uploading that recording video, and the recording video will be there view access for 12 months, 1 year. And uh, study materials can be provided for you, Capm, Node.js, and JavaScript Fiori elements. We'll develop CAP application in SAP Business Application Studio. Every Friday, I'll be giving exercises based on the topic which I covered on that week. Okay, interview question answers and everything will be provided in Capm, Fiori elements. Okay, yeah. Once the training is over, I'll be uploading the programs, okay, related to the programs where you can download. I'll be uploading study materials, interview question answers, resume template where you can download. The recording video will be there, view access for 1 year. Okay, so I'm starting a new batch from December 17th onwards. I'm starting a new batch on Capm. Any questions, guys?
Timing?
I'll tell you timing. Apart from the timings, anyone have any questions?
What would be the complete duration for this course?
40 hours, 40 hours. Anyone have any questions?
Is it a weekday batch or weekend?
Weekday batch.
So 5 days in a week, daily 1 hour.
No, more than 1.5 hour.
Okay.
Any more questions? Okay, let me